high school records for college. You've got that giant tubby thing, or you've got your beautiful binder. Look at how artistic I am. And then I started my business, and I had to do something with it. So when you're saving your records, it's a good idea to have something for each subject area that you're teaching. Put any papers back there that you can find. If they are writing something for English, it's hard to say which class it's going to go behind. There were some times that Kevin would put it in his Russian history class, and other times I would use it for English, and other times I would use it for history. It doesn't really matter where you put it. What matters is that you put it in there, okay? The benefit of having a notebook like this with a subject tab like that is that then you'll figure it out what you don't have records for, okay? And you'll say to yourself, like I did, he plays the piano all the time, I have no records, none, okay? And that's when I went back and I thought, okay, let's get all the names of all the books that he uses. Let's get all his performance pieces listed out. Let's get the certificate from the piano teacher, you know, and you start putting things in there. Truth is, you don't always know what colleges are going to ask you for. Some colleges will want to see a lab write-up from a lab class. Others will want to see a math paper or a math test, just to see it in their own handwriting. Other colleges will want to see, well, one of the colleges we applied to wanted a graded English paper, okay? So you go to the printer, you print it up, you put A on the top, and then you send it in. It's not complicated. Now, what I did was I wrote a course description for each of the classes as we were going along. And that's actually what I put in this book that I sell, so you can just see it. But I wrote a course description for a paragraph. I listed the things that we did or used for a while, and then every way that I could possibly think of that I evaluated them, I wrote that on the bottom. It's important that, and we're going to be talking about this when we do transcripts, it's important that you know that the way that you evaluate your children is not all about testing. Testing is a very, very small piece of how we evaluate our children. And the kids in school are not evaluated solely on tests either, because when they go to school, they may be given a math grade that is based on, did they show up for class, did they turn in their homework, did they take 5 quizzes, you know, that sort of thing. And so if you, as a homeschooler, are only giving your child a grade based on their end of chapter test, you're putting them at a disadvantage against every other grade in the state. And you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're including all the different ways that you evaluate them. So, yes?
I'm sorry, this probably seems self-evident, but when you're saying some will ask for a self-graded paper or things, that's for the homeschooling high schooler, right?
Yes.
As opposed to someone who's in a private or public school.
You know, sometimes they will ask for things from other people as well. They will occasionally ask for more from a homeschooler, like a written paper. But I've talked to a lot of colleges, and they're very frustrated with the state of education. They're angry that kids can have 4 years of English and come to college without the ability to read or write. And so, you know, if they had their way, most college admissions people would ask for that from everyone. And some colleges, in fact, do. So, does that help?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But, yes.
You're under scrutiny more because...
Oh, you know, a little bit. A little bit. Some will want documentation. But one of the things you want to do is you want to find a college that loves you and your child for who you are. And that's what we found when we went to Seattle Pacific University. They looked at they were so funny. They said, can you bring in all your homeschool records? And I said, you have got to be kidding. Because I had 2 kids, right? I had 6 of these stupid things to lug in there. I had to get my husband to take time off work. And so we're carrying all that stuff in there, and we're in there with the admissions people. And I said, so here they are. And he goes, okay, that's good. And I said, well, don't you even want to see them? And he said, no, I just want to know that you had them. Wow. And I said, listen, I got it out. You know, you're going to